So if you know me and you're watching my channel, you know I'm studying abroad in Ireland right now. I'm staying in Limerick. I'll be in 3 different countries for 5 weeks each. I've been in Limerick for maybe 3 weeks. And basically I'm doing like weekend trips every weekend. So those are mostly the videos that I'm doing. But I was talking to my family and they kind of want to see what I do during the week. So today is going to be, I'm going to do like a vlog. I hate that word. Of basically my day of like class in Limerick. But that also sounds kind of boring. So I'm also going to add in a couple things that I've learned since I've been here abroad for a couple weeks now. Some of these things are Ireland specific and some of them are not, and some of them are just about me that I've learned about living in Europe as an American. No malicious intent here. I literally just am noticing things, okay? The first thing that I have learned while being in Ireland is ye. Y-E. It's basically ye. I can't take myself seriously right now. So ye is the plural of you, and it's like basically in America if you'd say like y'all or you guys. So in Ireland it's a word, so they'll be like, where are ye? Meaning like, where are you guys? Where are y'all? Yeah, so when I first got here I thought people were just like joking, but yeah, it's actually like a word in their grammar. So it's actually really convenient. I've started texting my friends like, where are ye? Because it's like only 2 letters. So the second thing I learned, this one's about myself, is that apparently if my friends jump off a cliff, I will also jump off a cliff. I learned this because in the last video we went to the Aran Islands and we jumped into this thing called the wormhole. If you know me, I am terrified of like dark water and like when you can't see the bottom. That is like my biggest fear. And when I got there I was like, hell no. Are you kidding me? That is probably my worst nightmare. I think that the nickname for it is like the serpent's lair or something like that. First of all, we had to hike like 2 hours to get there. I had a moment where I was watching the footage of really cool footage of my friends jumping in and I was like, I'm gonna be here once in my life. So basically I just like made a split decision and was like, I'm gonna go jump in. And I made the hike down to jump in, which was the most treacherous part of the hike, by the way. Go watch my last video if you don't know what I'm talking about. Basically, I am vulnerable to peer pressure, and when your mom's like, are you gonna jump off the bridge if your friends do? Like, yeah, probably. So also my mom was there, so it's not like I was like disobeying her or anything. Anyway, the next thing that I've learned is that Ireland is very vegan friendly. I was very worried about being vegan. I did add eggs, so I'm not really vegan anymore. But I don't eat meat or dairy, so I mean, like, I don't know. I just eat eggs for easiness. Also, eggs are so good. Also, the egg industry is much better here than it is in America. So most places I go to have an entire vegan menu. Even like the steakhouse. I went to a steakhouse the first week I was here just because that's where all of my friends were going. And there was like 3 vegan options. So here's a little fun thing about, I think this is only in Ireland. From what I can tell, it's only in Ireland. You go to eat at a restaurant. In America, normally they would like bring you the check and you like pay at the table. We expect that, right? So we go and we eat and we're waiting for the check to come and we're just like, we're sitting there for like 20 minutes. Like, what are we doing? So then we ask the waitress or waiter. They're like, oh, you just pay at the till. And I'm like, hold on, what's a till? I don't know what that is. Pay at the till means pay at the cash register. So that is very common. You pay at the cash register like everywhere. Next one. There's no hot sauce here. I mean, there is, like sometimes they don't have hot sauce. If you ask for hot sauce, they'll be like, either we don't have it or I'll make you something. And then they'll just bring out like a red sauce that like might have chili flakes in it and like ketchup. I don't really know. Seriously contemplating just like carrying around a little mini bottle of like Tabasco in my purse, but like I don't know, that feels high maintenance. So I'll keep you updated on that. Oh my god, there's literally teens. There are teens walking around. Oh my god, there's teen girls walking around. You've got to be kidding me. That's the scariest kind of teen. This is life. They're going to forget about me. I'll never see these people again, unless I do. The drinking age is 18. So, I'm used to bars being like 8, you show your ID, if you're 18, you get it, right? So I'm 20, so I'm expecting to get it everywhere, right? Apparently, some bars here in Ireland, I think this is Ireland specific, or maybe just Limerick, I don't know. Some bars here are 23, so people here have to wait 5 years after they are legally allowed to drink to go into some of these bars. Not really that big of a deal, it was just something I noticed. Okay, the next little Irish tidbit that I've learned is the word grand. So normally I would think that grand would mean great or big. Those are the only 2 synonyms I can think of. But here, grand means absolutely any emotion. People will be like, oh, how are you? You say, grand. Could mean, I feel really bad. Or that could mean, I feel really good. Or could mean, I don't want to tell you how I feel. Yeah, so you can literally say grand for absolutely anything. And people will never know how you actually feel. Another thing I've learned is the word crack in Ireland is spelled C-R-A-I-C. And it basically means fun. Like, where's the fun? People will be like, where's the crack? Or that was good crack. And, how was it last night? It's like, oh, it was crack. Gas crack. Anyway. I haven't said that one, but I've heard it. Okay, this is another thing I've learned. This is me specific. I am very bad at planning. Logistics. Like, if I am in charge of booking a train or booking travel or planning activities, something will go wrong. It's not going to go smoothly. I will book the wrong train and we'll have to get a refund. I will book a bus that will let us off 30 minutes away from where we're supposed to be going. Or I'll just break down and just not be able to do it. So basically my friend Cece or my friend Jameson or literally anybody else is in charge of the planning logistics, and I'm in charge of planning the restaurants because that's where I shine. Yelp, TripAdvisor, Happy Cow, all those apps, those are my happy place. Give me a booking.com, I'll combust. But if you hand me a phone that has Yelp on it, I will spend my entire day on it and I will find the best restaurants. So another thing I learned about myself is normally in Florida, I hate walking. I'm not a walker. If I am walking to class in Gainesville, I'm not walking. I'm riding my bike. I don't like to walk in Florida. And I thought that was I just don't like to walk. It's takes a long time and it's I don't know, I get bored. But here, I love a good stroll. And I think it's because of the weather. It's a puppy. I'm very pet deprived, by the way. So, yeah. So I don't really, obviously I miss my family. Call them pretty often. But my pets, oh my God. Oh, okay. Here's the things I learned about staying in a hostel. Because we stayed in a hostel when we went to London. I guess maybe just do your research if you're going to stay in a hostel. Once again, I'm not in charge of logistics in these trips. So if you don't know what a hostel is, it's just a cheap place to stay. It's usually dorm style, shared bathroom. It's mostly young travelers. First thing I learned at a hostel, they will not provide towels. You will have to rent a towel. And if you are on a budget and you don't want to rent a towel, you're basically either going to have to air dry or not shower. I'm not going to tell you which one we did, but we didn't rent a towel. Another thing I learned about being in a hostel is, so when you book a hostel, book a private room, a private 4-bedroom, and that's basically you're paying for the whole room. You get 4 beds. So if you are going with 4 people, it's perfect. There's a female 4-bed room, so you book each bed separately, and you could be staying with somebody that you don't know, but they're all girls. And the last one is a mixed dorm. And that means it could be guys or girls. And if you're going with 3 people and you book a 4-bed, you book 3 beds in a mixed dorm where there's 4 beds, the hostel will fill up that 4th bed. They're not going to leave it. They will fill it up, especially if you're in a big city. So we booked a mixed 4-bed dorm and there were only 3 of us going. And we were crossing our fingers that they weren't going to fill the bed, but they did. And yeah, we came back in the middle of the night and there was just a random man. It was fine. Like, we lived to tell the tale. Yeah, we only saw his feet, so that was a little bit unnerving, that we were sleeping next to someone that we hadn't met yet. We didn't know what they looked like. I don't know. And then the next morning, he left before we woke up, so we didn't meet him at all. We didn't meet him until right before bed on the second night. He was very nice. It wasn't weird at all. So last thing I learned is that doing something like this isn't going to solve all your problems, and, like, there's assholes everywhere, you know? Yeah. That guy was just riding a bike, standing up with no hands. Okay,